Okay, and both players are ready. So let's follow on from the 1.256 and let's have a good one as we start the finals in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Good luck to both of you. Chat still seems to be in favor of Hana. I didn't actually have a look at the prediction. I don't know how the channel points ended up being distributed there, but I'm certainly seeing a lot of Hana fans around. Hana with a pretty deep dependency in the middle at the moment. Just need to watch that. Look, Twitch chat is not supposed to be neutral. We need everyone to be as individually biased as possible. That makes things better. I'm not supposed to be biased, although I might end up that way. I wish to be a simple biased Twitch chatter again. Hana, struggling a little bit with this center well right now, gets the bar for the Tetris eventually. 63,000 for Hana, 108 for Nexi has taken a small early lead. Nexi missing that S-spin, gonna mess up the right side a little bit. Nexi potentially setting up on row 4 here, decides against that. Hana at 90,000, Nexi at 116. Hana has a 1 Tetris lead. Hana setting up on column 3. It's been favouring these center wells so far. And Tetris for Hana, nice burn with the L. 115 for Hana, 139 for Nexi. Yeah, nobody heard that deck, don't worry. You made it up. I don't know how I would know what you're talking about if you made it up, but don't worry about it, it makes sense. Tetris for Nexi, 189. Hana once again in a slightly awkward situation, which they're going to build a center well on top of. Tetris for Hana, 186. I'll see if Hana goes for the column 3 again. Game giving them a good setup for it. Tetris for Hana, 210. We're about neck and neck right now. I can't speak. Nexi Tetris is into the lead there at 237, but also about a Tetris ahead in lines. Pace is pretty even. It's interesting to see them on basically the same pace, having played the game very differently. We've seen hardly any center well at all from Nexi, and Hana, I think, has been mostly center well. Most of their Tetrises this entire game have been center wells of various kinds. They're fully committed to the column 3 right now, being made to wait a while. Tetris for Hana, 262. Tetris for Nexi, 329. Hana looking quite dependent now at 3 bar dependencies, so couldn't really afford to wait around with that board. Now has just 1. Doesn't adjust the L to put the bar in that dependency. An interesting move from Hana. Now, does Hana want the row 4? It doesn't look like it. Getting awkward pieces that don't really help them burn down at all. Waiting for a T and it never shows up. Now it looks like Hana finally is going to go for row 4, but on column 9 instead of column 10, and they're going to get the Tetris. 324 for Hana, 427 for Nexi. Nexi getting into some trouble. I really love that square placement from Nexi. That square placement was like 200 IQ. That looks really awkward, but I think that's so much better for the board than any of the other, like, compromise options. That might not look like much, but that is actually a really intelligent placement, which potentially even saved Nexi's game there, because a different square placement would have made the board, like, really seriously dangerous. Nexi having to burn a little bit right now, doesn't want to get too aggro into transition, although as I say that, sets up the row 2, column 7, and does get it, transitions at 510. Hana also with a Tetris on column 6, 367 for Hana. They're going to burn into transition at 369, so they've got some catch up to do. About 140,000 points down into 19. But it all changes now. We've seen many strange things happen over the years when the speed increases. Nothing strange happening to either player so far though. Nexi Tetris is into 21, 592. Hana just into 20 at 400,000. So Nexi also is about a level ahead at the moment. Nexi looking a bit dependent, gets a nice square, chooses not to block the well. Getting up high now. Oh, 2 Z pieces at a terrible time for Nexi. Can't get the longbar over and Nexi's done at 624. Was running out of burn options and got 2 dreadfully timed Z pieces, but a couple of misshifts for Hana. Gonna make this chase down very difficult. They need a bar right now and it doesn't show. Hana's done at 460. Nexi holds on and takes the first game. Okay, both players are ready. Let's count down game 2 in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. And yeah, you're probably right, Biggie. I think that is the same bar. I think that was the same bar, yeah. The one at the top of Hana's board would have been the same one Nexi hung, so that is interesting. Same piece sets is cool. This is Time Reconnected from Flexstyle's first album, Elements of Creation. I feel like, especially the stuff from like the second half of Elements of Creation almost never gets on the main channel, but I put it on here all the time. Like I mostly play Elements of Creation in my super streams because it's my favorite Flexstyle album. There is a lot of Flexstyle music, a lot more than just what typically gets on Masters. And so I feel like my typical super streaming playlist is pretty different from what you might hear on some other super streams. But yes, that's what this is. Time Reconnected. It is very good. Alright, both players underway. Both pretty clean. 118 for Nexi, 74,000 for Hana. Hana getting an awkward square there. Love an L to burn that away and gets it. Tetris for Hana, 99,000. Nexi also running into some slight complications, but that should burn away pretty easily, and it does. $122 for Hana, 127 for Nexi. Neck and neck right now. Nexi, I think, is a few pieces ahead in the sequence, but in terms of pace, they're very even. Nexi certainly showed what he was capable of on 18 in the warm-up game, with the high 670 transition, but you can't expect one of those every game. It would be fantastic if you could, but that's ultimately what makes them special. Tetris for Nexi, 223, 215 for Hana. Hana has taken a small pace lead, is about a Tetris ahead in pace now. Nice adjustment for that square. Tetris for Hana, 240. Right, 272 for Nexi, 264 for Hana. About 8,000 points to Nexi's advantage, but the difference in lines means Hana's a little bit ahead in pace. Tetris for Hana, 288. Nexi with a problematic left side. Was always probably going to end up with a long bar dependency there. Has to block it off. Still has plenty of options up here. There are ways to burn. Takes that double with the L. Takes a triple as well and a single. Nexi opens up the hole and he gets the Tetris. 330 for Nexi, 317 for Hana. Alright, Nexi could have some trouble with that middle depending on what the next few pieces are. He's now long bar dependent, but gets a nicely timed long bar. It's that J probably a piece too late, so still does have a hole to work with in the middle, but a couple of options to burn that away. Looking a little bit dicier now, but nothing immediately dangerous for Nexi. Does need to be careful. Good double with the S. I really like that T placement. I think the J next was the perfect piece for it, but even still, that was a pretty nice placement. However, Nexi really needs a bar, can't keep the well open, and really has no way to access that left side. This could be it for Nexi. I think it is 367. Nexi is done. Hana already ahead this time. They're good. We're tied up 1-1. Both players wasting no time. They're ready. Let's get into game 3 in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Nexi with an early long bar dependency, not a super accommodating board either, so I had to make a hole before the long bar showed up. And it cost him a few early burns. Hana with not the most comfortable looking board, but hasn't had to burn, and looks like they did have a better time with the opening sequence. Nexi will get his first Tetris of the game on the board. Tetris for Hana, and Hana will move one Tetris ahead in pace right at the start of the game. Just handled the opening sequence slightly better. Alright, Nexi with a bit of a problematic left side gets a Tetris. But we'll have to block the right side eventually with the T. Oh, a couple of misdrops, 2 in a row on the left side for Nexi, and that blocks several rows of it off completely. Disaster strikes. There's still a way out of this. Nice double. Gets the J over comfortably. Oh, but undertaps the square. And can't get the T over right. And that just cascades out of control for Nexi. 84,000, and he is done. So Hana is good. Both players are ready. Nexi's back against the wall now. In 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Nexi starting off Much cleaner this time. Gets his first Tetris on the board right away. Hana gets one on their side too. Looks like both players pretty comfortable to begin with. Nexi not liking that S piece so much. Made a fairly creative solution for the left side, but it doesn't seem to have worked out so well. And so Nexi, now long bar dependent, maybe thinking about a left well. Yeah, Nexi really wanted a square for the right side to set that up and didn't get it. Tetris for Nexi, 99,000, did eventually get a square for the right side, but long after it would have been useful. Very creative delayed burn there from Nexi, I quite like that. It was always going to be at the mercy of RNG a bit, and in the end the game seems to have kind of said no, but I think that gave Nexi the best possible chance of a quick solution. Alright, Nexi will get the long bar for the left. 114 for Nexi, 143 for Hana. Tetris for Nexi, 137. Oh, well, the experts are saying that, the experts are saying there were better moves, so they're probably right. But also fairly well handled. Well, I thought the moves were pretty cool. Look, Triska, it's for YouTube, because this game's going on YouTube. But also you are an expert, you do know a lot about stacking, and particularly about that sort of like creative solution to weird looking situations like that. You know that stuff. Hi, Katie. Alright, Hana at 286, Nexi at 214. Hana with about a 3 Tetris lead right now. But Nexi has... Oh, nice adjustment from Hana. Hana adjusting for the Vits, or the long bar in the next box. Reacted in time, will be rewarded with a clean board and a couple of Tetrises. 332 for Hana, 262 for Nexi. Nexi getting spammed with a bunch of L pieces, gonna force a few burns. 264 for Nexi, 339 for Hana. Hana maintaining that 3 Tetris lead. Very awkward square there for Hana. So now has a hole at the bottom and also long bar dependent. Not an ideal situation to be in. It's really not getting any better. So Hana's got some real work to do now. Long bar dependent on the left side, but we'll get the long bar over. Yeah, that really was like... It was one of those piece sequences that's nasty in a really subtle way. Where just every piece is in like... Every piece you get is in like the worst 3 or 4 that you could get. It wasn't like overtly horrible, but it was covertly horrible. And ultimately that is still horrible, but Hana has handled it quite well, as they tend to do as a good player of Tetris. 413 for Hana, 385 for Nexi. Nexi having to burn a little bit, getting to a dangerous height. Tetris for Nexi's gonna help out a lot. And he gets another one there. 435 for Nexi. Has taken the lead, actually. That sequence really did eat a lot of pace for Hana, so Hana now finds themselves a Tetris behind, although Nexi also is many lines ahead, so Hana's probably still ahead in pace, just not in real time anymore, and having the points on the board does matter. It's not everything, obviously you'd still like to have the pace lead, but having those points on the board is worth something. Nexi transitions at 483. Hana at 469 can beat that, can get 2 more Tetrises before transition. Oh, Nexi missing the S-spin. And it caused them some trouble. Oh, that T's not gonna burn! They needed a 5-tap over to the left and couldn't get it. Not quite fast enough to get that Z over, and Nexi tops out at 487. And that's it. Congratulations, Hana. You've been around here grinding away for a very long time, and it's very good to see you finally win a major tournament. Oh, Hopefuls is major enough for me. It's on the main channel.
Hey everybody, this is your old pal Vandweller, host of Classic Tetris Monthly, and I'm asking you to do me a favor. If you like this video, hit thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like it, please subscribe and bang that notification bell. And follow us on Twitch at twitch.tv/monthlytetris. Thank you, and have a nice day.